friends. Say hey when you're hopping on. If you're watching the live, drop a 1. If you're watching the replay, drop a 2. Who's here? We are going to do a shiny hair blowout today. My hair, I recently got a little bit of the dead ends cut off. I went darker, and I'm gonna show you how to get just a lot of extra shine from home. But Launch has their huge sale going on. It's save up to 70% off and then an additional 15%. So if you were needing like stocking stuffers, Black Friday deals, you still have gifts to get, teachers gifts, gifts for nieces, nephews, daughters, yourself, whatever. They have so many things. Their tools are on sale, their hair care is on sale. We're also gonna do some makeup today. Ophir has all of their makeup 40% off with the code GIFT. Launch, all of the deals are on their website. The codes are listed. Hi, good morning. But it's been a minute since we did like a full face. And so I was like, well, we might as well just do it. We might as well get holiday ready. I'm gonna show you like a shiny blowout and then more of a holiday glam look. So that's my plan. I'm a few minutes late. I try and go live at 10 or around the 10 o'clock hour is what I've been trying to do lately. And so I'm also homeschooling 4 kids. So, well, the baby isn't homeschooled. She's just savage running around everywhere. But anyways, so this morning, just we're trying to buy flights for something we have coming up. It just ended up being like a real life morning. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I forgot I put a lot of oil in my hair last night. I'm trying, before wash days, I'm putting a lot of oil in my hair to help repair my hair. And I was like, I cannot do my live at 10. I have to wash this oil out of my hair. So, okay, going in with collagen because collagen helps from the inside out. So if you are struggling with your hair being brittle, your skin, sagging loose skin, collagen makes a huge difference. Tightness in your skin. Anyways, I am doubling up, meaning I'm doing 2 scoops a day. And I already did my TRIMFIT earlier this morning. So I'm gonna mix my collagen with greens, which is just like a healthy way to get in fruits and veggies. And I'm gonna mix these 2 together. If you need links for anything, you can always drop the word me below if you don't see the link that you're looking for in the description of the video, and it will send you an entire link list. So over 100 fruits, veggies, minerals, things from the ocean like sea kelp and spirulina and things that help purify the blood and just things I don't get in my everyday diet. So I include it as a supplement. So right. I'm gonna go ahead before I start drinking on that and just do this. So it takes a minute for the skincare to dry before I put on my primer. Yesterday I got ready and I was like a little bit in a hurry and I forgot to use a primer. And my face looked so different. You could see like my little bunny squinch wrinkles. You could see where some of the makeup had sat and settled. You could see everything just looked different. I saw myself in the mirror in the car and I was like, what is going on with my skin? Like, why does my makeup look like this? And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to use a primer. And so I wanted to reiterate how important using a primer is. I love using Ophir's Dewy Primer. This is like that youth ageless sculpting wand. It's supposed to come back in stock today, but it's the jellyfish wand. This helps with wrinkles, but I'll show you the primer that I use. That jellyfish wand is from Ophir. It's just been sold out. But for Ophir, they have a primer. It's on sale 40% off, and it just fills in your fine lines and your wrinkles, and it gives your like makeup a great surface to sit on, and it also helps like give your skin a little more elasticity that you don't settle wrinkles. Good morning. Just go down your neck with this as well. You can do TRIMFIT twice a day. It does have caffeine, so it just depends on how sensitive you are to caffeine. They also have a new limited edition TRIMFIT available. It's tropical, and I took it earlier, but it's really yummy. And so, but it's only while supplies last. Okay, so we got an interesting call today from the people. We're in the process of moving. Everything is like boxed up. It is just so chaotic here, but or not everything's boxed. Everything is like half boxed, but they were like, hey, the guy who's supposed to be working on your house today to get this, and this finished called in sick. We're like, okay, so that doesn't seem like a big deal, except we have such a tight timeline to get out of our rental and to get into the new house. So they're gonna actually tape off with plastic the area that he still needs to work on, and then they're gonna keep painting everything but that area, and then it's where those like arches were coming in, and then they're going to keep painting, and hopefully they'll start cleaning on Wednesday, and we're just hoping everything is like, you know, well, it's all gonna be great. Whatever's supposed to happen will happen. Okay, so good. All right, let's get started. Does anyone have any fun holiday parties they're going to, or any fun holiday traditions? We've moved across the country, and so there's some traditions that we used to do growing up that I'm not sure we'll get to do here, but things that I like to do with my family is like we do gingerbread houses, and then like a cookie decorating. And so I talked to my friend Jenny last night, and I was like, we should do a cookie decorating day. Does anybody do that? Going in with this primer. This is Ophir's Dewy Primer. It seriously is so good. It's 40% off with the code GIFT. You can tell I use it a lot, but your makeup will look so different using this versus like not using it. And just get it nice and blended in. With us moving, how are we gonna do Thanksgiving? So we moved the same week. A friend of mine, she owns the Beautiful You company, like the TRIMFIT company, and they moved here the same week we did, and they moved their headquarters here. That was one of our main reasons for coming down. And so we are actually gonna do like a Friendsgiving. They have a little bit of their family coming into town, but not much. And they have a huge family. And so we're just gonna do a Friendsgiving this year and celebrate with friends. And that's what we're doing for Thanksgiving. But I'm really grateful to have friends, and because we're moving, we like don't have anywhere we could do Thanksgiving really at our own house. So it's really nice that they invited us over, and we're gonna bring some food that we just like cook in those disposable Costco pans, and we're just gonna do a Friendsgiving. I'm almost out of foundation, so we're getting to the point where gotta like open it up. This is Ophir's foundation, and it is just getting down to the last little drops. But I've already reordered, so that's good. I'm using the shade Cardamom. Oh, you decorate cookies and gingerbread houses on New Year's Eve? That's so fun. Okay, you guys have been carrying on your mom's tradition of making buckeyes, fudge, and adding cookies. Oh, yum! I love family traditions, and I think it's so important. It's those like little magical moments, I think, that make everything just like, this feels like Christmas. All right, I also have packed up all our linens, and I luckily had a few dirty beach towels, so I washed them, and we are all using beach towels for the next couple of days to real life, to live in, wash with, hair dry. I just want any excess moisture to get out of my hair. So I'm gonna keep it up in a towel as long as possible. Okay, really exciting. Oh, fear. I should have already unboxed these, but I honestly forgot about it until I was gonna talk about this brush, and I was like, ah, brushes. So Oh Fear just launched brushes. I haven't even opened them. I've not seen them. I saw some friends of mine got theirs before me, and so, okay, this one is the Oh Fear, the Cloud brush. These are all on sale as well, but this one is like a great powder applicator. Cannot wait to use this for my setting powder. It is super soft. Nice, nice. Okay, then the blender, a soft buffing brush. Let's do it. Oh, this would be perfect for foundation. It's like nice and stiff. Could even like, okay, that's the blender. I think they have a set with everything together as well. This is the pigment packing brush. So this is for an eyeshadow look. And this one is the soft arch brush. Yay, Patty, you scored the brush set. Nice. Really taped on here. Oh, this is such a good, is it a crease? This is a crease brush, but I don't know what it's called. Soft Arch Brush Feather Crease Blender. Okay, and then this is the last one, the smudge brush. Do you guys want me to show gold tones today for eyeshadow or silver tones? Let me know if you want like warm or cold. Oh, I love this size. This is so good for like that under smoky eye or adding in just a little bit in certain places. Such a good, I love this size brush. This is the Precision Smudger Detailer. Oh, you do Christmas Eve with, I cannot like talk straight today. I don't know. All right, Christmas Eve with sausage balls, little weenies in a crock pot, homemade cookies, pies. Oh, Judy. Your granddaughter helps you with everything. That just sounds like the best Christmas. When my grandma was alive, we did Christmas like that, and then we've kind of traditioned it to my aunt's house for the rest of the years, and so I will be like really sad about that. But with that said, like we still do a lot of other things like at our own home, and so it's hard. Can't live in two places, so. I'm excited to make kind of my own family's traditions. Like hopefully we get settled in at the new house, and then I can do stuff like that. Okay, going in with this beautiful fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna lightly dust where I want my setting powder. You can tell the difference on the side I used setting powder and the side I didn't. This is so good to help brighten. This is the shade medium, and it also helps just where those eye sockets are a little deep. And it makes everything nice and smooth. Perfect. Perfection. Okay. I'm going to go in with the same little brush, and actually I feel like I'm gonna end up needing one more brush, either a double of this or just keep using that Dibs brush, but today I used it for foundation, but I love it for bronzer. This is a great, I like using a stiffer brush, but if you want a softer look, here's the way it will apply if you use like a stiffer brush, and then I'll do the softer on the other side. And so you get a lot more product on your brush if it's a stiffer brush. And then I'm gonna blend this out, and then I'll show you how if you use a softer brush, what it looks like. And then you can kind of just decide what look you like the best. What is Natalie up to now that I've moved? You always loved our relationship. Oh, girl, I still talk to her every day. She's up to the same things. Her family was sick when I was in town, so I didn't get to see her. But she just came on that cruise with me not too long ago. So I would have loved to have seen her. But she's just living life. And we still work together. We just do it remotely, which at the time before we were moving, she was only coming to my house for the summer 1 day a week is what our plan was. So it really didn't change. Most of the things we can do them remotely. So it hasn't been a huge difference other than just like, it's really fun to work with your friend daily. Okay, here's with a fluffier brush. You can tell it's like a much lighter application. If you don't want like a hard contour and you just want a more feathered look, you get a much softer look with a fluffy brush. I'm gonna use just like a tiny bit more because I like a little bit of a really defined, and you can kind of do a little bit of both. So how far is our new house from where we currently are? It is on the same street. It's like not far at all. So maybe 7 minutes. Depends on traffic. That street can get busy, maybe 10 on a really heavy traffic day. When they're doing a lot of palm tree trimming, that's what normally slows it down, is like palm tree trimmings. And I like to go a little under my lip with bronzer because it just gives you the illusion of a fuller lip. Veda got into my current blush yesterday. Her whole face was pink. We were going to dinner and I had to give her a bath before we went to dinner. My bed isn't made, don't judge. We have a lot going on. It's just like real life here. Let me get some, I don't know where it ended up. Great. Give me just a second. Dig around. I thought it'd be really cute to do a red lippy today. This liner is the shade Crimson, and here's some blush in the shade, oh, she's smushed it. Keep looking. Okay, we're gonna do blush in the shade Apricot. Blush is not coming out. So one day I used foundation. If you use a wet foundation and you put the same brush that's wet on top of your blush, right? You seal your blush. So I just have to get that like foundation off the top so that my actual blush comes out. I did it live and I was like, what was I thinking? Okay, and you can take like your little fluffy brush, softly buff it. If you feel like you got it any hot spots, you can take whatever you use for your foundation and kind of go around the sides. Yes, it got wet. Yep, it did. Yes. Don't mind me. Okay, we're gonna do, I think, the Perennial palette because I just feel like this palette is so beautiful and it really is like amazing for holidays. So we'll do a holiday look. Did anyone say if they liked golds or silvers? Who liked what best? No more brow liner. kind of just shoved it right back in this little pit. Those are both empty. I need a jumbo trash can in here. It's a combination between I am a little messy or a little disorganized, and then I have a toddler. So it's like this has, I know I did not throw that in with no lid. So sad. Leave it out because I know that's dried out. I cannot wait. So I will have an office. Like if you could see, I have the tiniest little workspace right here. And I truly have, like, for as many things as I have to show, I just don't have enough space. And I am so excited to have like my own little office, and that I could shut the door and that the baby can't get in, because that's really so nice. Silver. Okay, let's do some silvers today. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this, just a fluff up brow wax. Since I'm out of brow liner. I'm just going to kind of shape them. Really need a liner. I have one brow that's like a little naturally higher than the other brow. Can you see? And I would love to have a liner, because that's normally how I correct it. Is, hang on, here we go. Is with a like faux arch. This is that same. So if you ever have where you don't feel like super symmetrical, I love using, I'm gonna come in closer. I love using a liner or something to, normally I would do this as well before I used that Fluff Me Up, because it's kind of like I'm putting liner over a brow wax, which is what I am doing, but it's better than nothing. Just if you're going to duplicate this, do this first. And then take your little spoolie. And you just will lift it, and now I'm a little more symmetrical. Okay, look and see what all colors we have here. Swatch these so you can see them. So that's like a nice bronzy color. This is like a nice little shimmery. These two are kind of in the more silver category. And that's a definite gold. So let me look and feel like if we're going silver. Okay. I just got in from lunch. I know we're not to hair care yet, but I don't want to forget. I am trying to strengthen my hair. I just got in the Miss Bond Building and Strengthening shampoo, and I got in the Miss Bond Building and Strengthening conditioner, and then these little guys. This is the Miss Bond Building and Strengthening serum and the thermal protectant styler. So I got those in. So I'm hoping, just trying to do all the things so that my hair gets as healthy as possible. Okay, we're gonna go in with this nice little creamy color on a dense brush. So it is like a creamy silver, like a neutral shimmery shade, and on a dense brush it will be more pigmented than if you use your fluffy brush. How was our flight coming home? It was so good. We did run into a weird situation on our flight there that I haven't had happen. So the way they had our seats, it was like me on an aisle, another aisle person, and then Lexi in the middle. And so when I asked, like, can I get it to where I'm sat by her, they said, just ask the person in the seat, like they should just be able to switch to the other aisle seat and you guys will be together. So I said, okay. So the guy comes up, and really weird looking guy. I'm not being judgy. He just like, have you ever met someone and your intuition is like, it's just a little off? Like where you don't even, you're like, I don't know if this is who I want to sit next to on the plane. And so I asked him, hey, can I sit here and you sit there so I can sit by my daughter? And he goes, no. He was like, those guys are big guys. Like, I'm not sitting there. No. And I was like, okay. Well, so Lexi starts like falling apart. I start getting really anxious. I'm trying to figure out how okay, I'll switch to there and she can sit on the end aisle, I guess, so that I'm at least there. She's not in between these two guys. So then the guy in the window seat looks over. He's friends with the big guys in the other row. And the guy beside me was like, it's ridiculous. Like, what? And I was like starting to tear up, and I was getting like just nervous because I could tell Lexi was like, I don't want to be over here by myself. It was a long flight. And so I was trying to figure out what to do. And so the guy beside me was like, I'll go sit there. He was like, that'll really tick him off. Like, because he was the biggest of all of them. He was like, but I'll switch with her. And I was like, I don't want to like make a scene. And so the guy in the window, who was their friend, but also a big guy, ended up switching with me. He just crawled over the guy, got over there. And then I switched and I sat by the window. So we were together. And then throughout the flight, the guy who was super rude, he was like unaware of how people, I guess, responded. So the guys were like trying to get comfortable, and he's like, see how uncomfortable they are? Like, I told you that's what would happen. And the other guys were like, we're good. Like, we are fine. They were like, took a nap. They were like happy, like to help us. They were like, I'm so sorry. Like, I said thank you to them a million times. They ended up being pastors. We talked to them like at the end of our flight. They ended up being pastors who were here for something, and all three of them, and they were from Washington. And so anyways, the guy on our row, it was just like, I don't know. But I was so thankful that the other people were really kind, and everyone in the like back quarter of the plane just was like so annoyed with the very selfish, rude person. And so anyways, like, there's not much you can do about it, like, you know. So, but that's how it worked out. So the guy in the window seat was so gracious and let us switch, and they were a little squished, but not awful, but they were bigger guys. They were just all together, but they were like, we don't care. Like, we would rather like this all. And so they were just so kind, and it made me like super grateful for people who were like just selfless. And when they said they were missionaries at the end, I literally was like, you could see Jesus in them, like the way they acted, the way they treated people, the way they were gracious or selfless. And I was just really grateful. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna use my finger to like actually pop this on. But have you ever had things like that happen where you're like, okay. I am such a people pleaser. There's no way, and I guess I consider it human. There is no way if like a mother and their child, I don't care if I'm next to somebody who's like half of their body is in my seat, I would be like, of course. But not everyone is like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this light brown as my transition color, and if you go in straight with your heavy dark shade, right, it is going to be, you're gonna look like you're a raccoon. So you actually wanna use, like, this is this little, it's the lightest brown, but you can see it actually goes on a little dark. So you always use lighter than what you think you need. And then on our way back, there was a guy who helped lift our luggage into the top because it was heavy, and we got to talking, and he's here for like one of the military camps. But I will tell you, like, we've never encountered anyone, which on that flight, I don't think the guy who was the rude guy, I don't think he was from here, but the guy on the flight beside us, he's like, I bought chocolate, like, you guys want some chocolate? Like, just everyone is normally so overwhelmingly kind that we've encountered that I just was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do. You can tell that this makeup gives you such an airbrushed look. We'll get to the hair in a second, I promise. For those of you who are like, I came for a shiny hair tutorial. I'm gonna do it, I promise. But it'll look so much better if my makeup's done. Okay, going in with this like really gray color. It's like a gray navy on a fluffy brush. So you're gonna get a totally different consistency if you use a fluffy brush that's a lot lighter, a lot softer, and these are very pigmented. So like I said, I'm barely tapping into this, and you can kind of see how those colors are starting to add dimension without being overwhelmingly heavy. You started using it and you loved it. Okay, so I love it too. I think it's so pretty. This palette is great because it has warm tones, it has neutral tones, and it has just like a really good variety of colors that you can kind of use. I think I'm gonna end up going like adding this little gold in here maybe. I don't know. We're gonna play with this. I'm gonna get it how I want it. But if you use a more pigmented brush, it is going to be very like denser, and I'm just gonna do that right here on the end. And I barely put any, but you can tell we're just building. Again, we're in this shade here. This whole palette is 40% off right now with the code GIFT, and so is their Dune palette, which is, if you don't like metallic, this does have some shimmer in some of the colors. It's not like a crazy Somebody said, you're with the big guy, you would have totally switched and made him switch with Lexi. See, I'm like, oh, so conflicted. I was like, I just don't want, and you're stuck on this fight, and I'm like, I don't want any trauma, and I just want it to be like peaceful and loving and kind. But yeah, he was totally open to that idea, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can see us like causing a big scene before this thing even takes off. I was so nervous. Okay, going on the outer edge with this little dense brush. You can see, look how different that color is with a stiffer brush. And I'm just going to kind of smudge a little up towards my brow and then take this under my eye, just to about the middle of my pupil. This is really gonna open up your eyes and give your eyes like a bigger look. Okay. These are cute. It's been a minute since we've done like a full little glammy look, but I know the holidays are coming, and I want to give you guys some options of things you could wear every day or also glam it up for the holidays. This color also looks very beautiful on like lighter eyes. I think it really like makes your eyes almost change colors. Okay, so if you wanted to add a little more silver, you could take, let me get their other palette. Oh, friends, I don't know where anything is. Okay, this is the quadratic palette in that Future Dusk. Might help if I opened it, but there's a really pretty silver, iridescent silver in here. Like you can see these colors. And so you could take your little brush, make sure there's nothing on it. But I wanted to show you how you could use it on its own, and then if you wanted to add just a little extra glam. So maybe you're going to a evening, what do you call it? Gala or party, and you just want a little extra shimmer, like this adds a different look to it, like a little more dimension, and then that's what it looked like on its own. Okay, if your eyes are hooded, what are some tips for hooded eyes? So you will want to, with your eye open, that's where you'll want to put your crease, like your darker color. You have to do it kind of with your eye open like this, and you'll make a faux crease on top of the hanging lid. That would be my biggest tip. How does it feel to be home again? It feels like home. It's been the craziest thing because when we went to Tennessee, I expected I would walk in and be like, oh, it feels good to be home. And instead I just burst into tears and I was like, it doesn't feel like home. Like we don't live here anymore. And new people are coming to live there. And it just was like such a different feeling. And then while we were there, like Lexi and I both were like, I'm just kind of ready to go back home. And it was such good closure for the end of that chapter of like that season, that chapter of our lives. So if you kind of moved your makeup around just a little, I personally feel like I need a little more of that darker color just right here. Not much. I'm barely tapping. You can always add more. It's just hard to blend it out if you do too much. And so I would rather do 3 layers lightly over and over and then add a little more or whatever, then do a bunch and be like, oh, I'm never gonna get this blended out. Okay. So then we're gonna go in with Ophir's Crimson, and I've gotta do some mascara. I love this color because it makes your teeth look extra white. It has a blue undertone. What concealer goes best with Cardamom? Cardamon's the shade I have on. So for concealer, you'll just want to pick if you want your concealer to match your foundation, like if it's to cover acne and things like that, or is your concealer to brighten, like under your eyes. So everything that we used, I used from the Ophir's Perennial palette. It's 40% off with the code GIFT, but the color we kind of put a pop on top of was from that Quadratic Future Dusk palette. Okay, now let's go in with some mascara and then we're gonna do our hair and see this like whole little look come together. Somehow I just have this talent of like making makeup bags just have so many things in them. Okay. So I don't know what I've done with my tripod. I'm sure it's probably in a box, but I thought I took it to Tennessee. I could have left it there. So I have you on this giant stand, but it makes it to where you're very far away from me. But soon enough, I will be in a different space and our setup will be a little different. So I'm going to do mascara and I'm just going to use this. Now that we're closer, I have some serious trimming to do on these brows. Going to just use this as my mirror. This is their waterproof mascara. I use Palm Affair's Erase Pre-Cleanser to take it off because it is so strong and powerful. If you were an Olympic athlete that swims marathons, you could wear this mascara. It is so waterproof. If you are a mermaid and you like live your life underwater, you could wear this mascara. Like when I tell you, no water park is going to touch it, no crying funeral, no sweaty face. Like you are in this mascara until you really remove it. The way I remove it is the Erase Pre-Cleanser. It's an oil, it breaks it down. I don't have to tug at my lashes. If you don't have that, I would recommend coconut oil. And so I typically use their regular mascara, but I'm just waiting on it to come in. I used it down to the little last drop. I am a bad reorderer. That's just like a flaw. I will tell myself over and over, I will tell you guys, I need to reorder this. It is not until I'm actually out, typically, that I'm like, oh no, I'm out. What am I gonna do? And then I reorder. So that's in my current phase. I'm in the, oh no, I'm out phase. I can see comments showing, it's just they go really fast. So if I'm looking down, by the time I look back, like 4 comments will have gone. And so I try and respond to as many as I can while still like talking. Later this week, I'll show you how to get a really pretty golden brown look with that same palette. I love that you can mix and match. You could also add in these like rust tones, which are perfect for fall. Just gonna lean in and maybe I can see comments. Lynn, I think it's good for you to have a good red that you feel like is your go-to red, that you can put it on. This one I like, it's almost like a Louis Vuitton bottom shoe, you know, like that kind of red. I even love this deeper. Sometimes I'll do like a dark red on the outside, like a really dark burgundy or even plum color on the outside, and it would look so good. If I could find my plum liner, I would do a plum outside. It's so cute, but it's great to have a good red. I do feel like I have to be feeling pretty confident to wear red because, you know, like stand out. I do overline my lips a little bit because my lips are not quite this full, but I like to overline them, going like a little bit outside of the actual lip line. But if you're gonna go for red, this one's a good one. It really is. It's a beautiful red. Let's see. I'm gonna try and find that plum because I think that color would be cute. And just show you kind of how you can do that. You can also do it with like a black, they call it like a poison apple red, and it's really cute at the holidays to do like a poison apple color. Aha, let's see. Okay, here's a plum. I'll show you. And you wouldn't think, you might be like, that's weird. I would never guess to do that. Okay. It's almost like the red is so powerful that I would have needed to do this beforehand. Is there a discount on Ophir? Use the code GIFT. The code GIFT gets you 40% off. Yes, the shade is crimson. I'm gonna look in this mirror. I don't know if I'm able to. I've got this on my face, you guys. Trust the process. This color's just not doing. This was like a unique relevant, and it's just not giving me the color I wanted. It's like, it definitely is plum on my hand. Let's see if I have something different. This is gonna like really annoy me. All right, so kind of makes it, I don't know, like, do you see how it's closer to this color? Like, it's like a subtle transition of ombre, but it's more closer to this color, like base, than just that bright red. I also have a red headband after we do my hair. I'm gonna put a red headband in. Okay, let's do it. Keep going. If you did that before you did the red, it would be a little more, I don't know, powerful. Now, let's do this hair. I obviously have wet hair. For those who wanted a little outfit look, I'll show you what this little sweater looks like on. I have a different pair of jeans linked, but I couldn't get them up over my hips. And I couldn't get them buttoned. So these are the jeans that I have on. They are dirty and they're from my suitcase. So they're the only other things not packed up. My house is just in so many boxes, and but these work. So that's what I'm wearing right now. So I can link these jeans after I get off this live. Or they're in my Amazon storefront. If you're shopping Amazon, you can always shop my Amazon storefront, but these are listed under those. And then this little sweater is on sale, and I think it's so cute. Okay, so things to get the easiest at-home blowout. We are going to use glass hair. It's a thermal heat protectant, and it will change your life. And then we are going to use a La Volume from Lunge. If you're just hopping on, then I mentioned at the beginning, Lunge has a big sale going on. You can save like 70% off plus an additional 15% off. All the codes are on the site, and really good deals on hair care and tools. So we're gonna get going. I love doing a full, used to, years and years ago, all I did were full hair and makeup tutorials. That is like what probably the first years of my career were. And I love it when we get to do a full hair and makeup together, because I think it's so fun to go from like one, it looks like you just hopped out of the shower, to where you are. This I just got in, this Miss Bond Building Strength Serum. So I'm gonna use that today as well. Never used this. I'll tell you what it smells like. It's like vanilla fruity. Creamsicle. A creamsicle. That's the smell. That's nice. I don't always love all hair product smells. And so that's, ooh, okay, here we go. Let me read. Complete the repair sequence with Miss Bond Strengthening Serum, formulated with silk amino acids for dry damaged hair and chemically treated hair. Suggested to use at least 2 to 3 times a week after washing and drying with the Strength Bonding Shampoo and Conditioner. Apply to towel dry hair, working mid-shaft all the way down. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. I love a cream serum. Use this. It smells so good. It smells just like, did you ever eat the Lifesaver? My grandma used to have them in her purse. They were the Lifesaver Creamsicle edition. You can still get them at the Dollar Tree, but they don't really sell them everywhere else anymore. That's what this smells like. It smells just like a creamsicle. So good. Little grains of collagen. I'm gonna try and get that done like down before I get off here, because then I'll lose track of my day, and I'm really trying to strengthen my hair. Okay, here we go. Glass hair. This is a thermal heat protectant, and you're gonna apply it all over and generously. This is heat activated, so when the heat touches it, it is going to really add shine. It also seals your hair from the root to the tip. So yes, they had strawberries one too. Oh, so good. I need to just go find some just for nostalgia. Do you have things that your grandparents did or had, or certain smells, or that totally took me to remembering what my grandmother smelled like? She'd eat them driving down the road. She used to smoke cigarettes. And so she switched from cigarettes to, she became a big candy eater. So anytime she'd want a cigarette, she'd pop a cream saver creamsicle. And so, especially in the car, because she used to smoke in the car growing up. And so when she got in the car, she would always want a cigarette. And so instead she did Lifesaver creamsicles. So I have this, that's exactly what this smells like. It smells so good. Miss Bond Building Strength Serum, but it smells just like those creamsicles. And as soon as I smelt it, I was like, oh, this reminds me of my family. What is something your grandparents had that if you smell, somebody's calling. I hope this doesn't knock me off from comments. What's something that when you smell it, you're like, that takes me back? I also use the same deodorant that she used. I just happened to have this here because I put deodorant on a few minutes ago and got it out of my suitcase, but I love that one, and it smells like, I don't know, when she would give you a hug, that was the perfume she wore. Your grandma loves lemon drops. So good. Okay, I don't know where. Let me find, I've got some of Veda's hair ties. I don't know where my hair ties are. It's gonna take me, just please, everyone, be so patient with me for the next year, the next month of finding things. This is Adam's sock. I'll put that in the laundry. Here we go, little baby hair ties. And I'm gonna separate my hair into sections about midway through. I just needed to get that. Okay, so you want your hair to be about 70, 80% dry. Mine, now that I applied stuff, is a little wetter than that, but not bad. You could also take a regular hair dryer, do until you get it to about 80%, and then that way you're not just brushing too long, but mine's, I can't get any water out of it. It's definitely about 70% dry. So this is the perfect time to use the low volume. If you don't have a low volume, it takes the messiest, craziest hair and makes it just something beautiful. And so I highly recommend it. You can use it on wet hair. You can use it on dry hair to freshen up. You can use it on dry shampoo hair after you've gone to the gym and you don't have time to wash your hair. It's so good. Onions, your grandma always smelled like onions. Spearmint Lifesavers. Oh, yours always had those butterscotch drops. So my mammy, which was my mom's mom, which was my grandma, but she died early. She died at 50. and I was like 7 years old. And so, but she smelled like cinnamon Red Hots. She had those cinnamon candies, and that's kind of what she smelled like. I don't have a ton of memories of her. I was really young, but I have like a few, and though, like, that's what she smelled like. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Avon, Skin So Soft. Anybody? I love it when we get to like hang out and I have like a little extra time. Certs, Double Mint Gum, and Coffee Creamer. So good. Everybody was really worried about their breath. We all remember how they were covering up all these smells, these great little smells. Okay, let's do it. I'm just brushing out my tangles first. I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. I'm not trying to blow it out right now. I'm just simply getting the tangles out. And this takes about 2 minutes to heat up. It has a titanium plate in the back. And when that heats up, it really like shapes your hair. So I use this to just brush and get all the tangles, get it nice and smooth. And I'm telling you, glass hair, when you use it and the heat activates it, it is so nice and so shiny. Before we do any more, I'm gonna add a little more bronzer because I just feel a little washed out. And then I think the finished look will look cuter. Sometimes when you start playing with makeup and stuff, you'll notice something and you're like, and I don't want to forget. And then the rest of the day. My hair is very dark right now. I just got it. It was kind of a good bit blonde, but it was so damaged. And so I added dark. I feel like the dark is a little strong. Somebody this week said, "You look just like Snow White." I was like, thank you, that was just the look I was going for. But it's because I need to, if my hair is gonna be this dark, I think I want to stay like self-tan more, but I haven't had time to do that. So I put a little bronzer as well right in up here. Do y'all feel like all in favor of that little touch? If you don't use a bronzer, just so much power in bronzer. So my natural hair color is this with a little bit of grays. I have almost black hair. Just always have. So this is probably as close to natural. It might be like a tiny bit lighter, but this will fade over the next few weeks and we'll be right at natural. And that's my goal. It's just to, while I'm trying to do this hair growth process, I just want to be able to do like its least amount of heat, least amount of chemicals, and really like internally and externally try healing my hair. So I love this La Volume, the tear shape, because here up at the top, I'm gonna be able to get a lot of lift. You were thinking Moana? Is anyone going to see Moana? We bought our tickets to go on Thanksgiving. So we're gonna do an early Thanksgiving, and then we're going with friends. I just feel like the Lord has just blessed me with coming to an area where we have a lot of friends here. And we really do. And just so blessed, and our kids have a ton of friends, and we have just like, this transition has been so beautiful. And as sad as I was going back to Tennessee, I was like, if we had not stayed here, I would have been devastated. Like, I absolutely love it here. So I'm just taking this, pulling upward if you want more volume. You can also like, right now I'm just really shaping my hair and trying to get it dry. This gives you so much shine. If I could only sell one launch product to you ever your whole life, let it be glass hair. Seriously, and a low volume. Those two tools will change. I have frizzy hair, coarse hair. It feels like a horse. And when I use glass hair and a low volume, these boar bristles, my hair is so soft. It's wonderful. So right now I'm just focusing on kind of getting it dry, and then once it's like 95% dry, which is getting really close, I will start really trying to get more volume. Okay, we're not finished. But this is about, it's barely damp. And I want to get the other side to the same. If I dry my hair with a regular hair dryer, I just look like a giant puffed ball. So this is so nice because I can get really smooth, shiny hair, which I've never been able to get my whole life until I started using Lunge. I always was like, I'm just a frizzy hair girl. Like, I'm just a messy hair girl. My hair just doesn't hold curl. No, I was just using the wrong products and the wrong tools. I have what I would consider really good hair now. Okay, the more lift you want, you go upward. Upward. You can hold it. I'll show you. We're gonna now use, I set the bronzer on top of that. I was like, I know I went and grabbed a tiny hair tie. The back is still pretty wet. Hang on. Don't forget the back. I'm the world's worst to forget the back. I will see a picture of myself for a video, and then it pans to like I'm walking and it's the back, and I'm like, oh, well, forgot that. I also have several cowlicks, so this is really important for me to spend the extra time here in the back. All right, so now when you're about, gosh, 90% dry, 95. We're like barely damp. That if you were in a hurry, you could run out the door and it would probably dry naturally here in not too long. It's mostly like the close to the root. You can see it's like a little wet. Okay, now we're gonna go in, and I am about to give myself like the roundest blowout. Launch has made such a difference in your hair. Yay! Me too. So I'm just rotating. Nothing ever gets tangled because this swivels, and I am just rotating, and I'm kind of going up towards the ceiling. Do you see? We're gonna hold it like 3 or 4 seconds, and then we're gonna rotate. Then we're gonna hold it. And you can either at this point spin it like a curl, or like this, which this is what I'm going for, is this big blowout. Okay, so go up towards the sky, hold it. You also could add curlers right now if you wanted. Your hair will look so healthy, so shiny, so soft. They do have Afterpay too, which you can break up over 5 interest-free payments but still get the sale. But and again, if you want more lift, go to your roots and just like lift them. Okay, continuing to this side. This is something you easily could do on dry hair as well. Just spray a little glass hair all over your dry hair. The first product I used was this Mist Bond serum. If your hair still feels a little wet like mine does right there, just kind of take this, drag and smooth. Especially on your ends, really get a nice So that's our first layer. I hope you can see the shine and how great your hair will look using glass hair and the low volume. It is, I think I have the most hair tutorials on this tool out of anyone who works with Lunge. And there's so many other tools I could show you, but none of them are like as transformational, as game changer, as amazing. And it doesn't get old to me. Like, it never gets old using this. It has made the biggest difference, not being dramatic, like in how my hair looks. I am giving Snow White vibes. It's my new, like, princess vibe. It's my new Snow White vibes. What made it shiny? The Mist Bond Building and Strengthening Serum, and then glass hair. This is a thermal blowout, and this is where it is heat activated. And when you put your heat on it, it is so shiny. I truly have dull, coarse, horse-like hair, and I do not anymore. I use these like this when it's on sale, which it is right now. I will buy 10 bottles. Sometimes it will go out of stock, and I know how I am, and I'm like, this, if they ever discontinue it, I will buy it off eBay from someone. Like, that's how good it is. It's that good. What is something you bought off eBay? Has anybody bought things off eBay? I absolutely love eBay. I joke with myself because I will go look and stalk something down from my childhood past from my life that I regret getting rid of. Something I wanted to find, but I never could. Snowsuits. I just bought some stuff from Beta's Room off eBay. I bought art off eBay. Anybody else? But I'm like, if there's something that goes no longer available, I'm like, all right, I'm going to eBay. Bath and Body Works lotion that was discontinued. Okay, again, if you want higher lift, you're gonna go here and you're gonna lift towards the ceiling. This would take me no time at all if I wasn't talking and hanging out with you guys. I am truly just slower when I talk. So I am in my restoring my hair. My hair looked really, really, really damaged. So I have gone darker. I'm doubling up on collagen. I am using oils at night to help heal my hair. I'm using shampoos that are good for healing hair. And I am determined. I cut off all my dead ends, so I'm shorter hair than normal, but sometimes it's better to lose the dead ends, go a little shorter, and your hair look healthy than for you to have like length, but it's dead length. It's amazing what cutting the dead ends off of your life, off of your hair, like anything weighing you down, cut it off. You bought a car off eBay, drove to Georgia, and then wrecked it? Sandy, I did the same thing. We bought a car off eBay for a car when I was like 16 or 17, and as soon as we left, we didn't wreck it, but the engine blew out on the way home, and the guy ended up, I called sobbing. I'd been working 2 years to try and save up enough money for this $3,000 car, and the guy ended up giving me our money back by the grace of the Lord. And so we bought a car off eBay. My dad bought a car off eBay for a penny once. He used to wheel and deal cars and trade cars. And so yeah, don't sleep on eBay Motors. I have no extensions in at all, and I'm not doing extensions for, I don't want to say ever because I do like them, but I'm not doing them for a long time because they are damaging to your hair unless you get the hand tied. And I don't have anybody in Puerto Rico that can do hand tied. So no extensions, not in the front, not in the back, nowhere. Just my hair. Here, we're moving up to this top section, and I'm gonna blow it backwards. So this, I want my crown to be nice and lifted. So I'm gonna start here and kind of hold it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to the front. So I just look silly, but this is how I do it. You scared me. I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Have you done your school?
Yeah, I already did. My computer died, so I have to
Gotta charge it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll be done in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Love you. Okay, Tartaritic comments and have hair covering your face. Again, keep in mind it takes about 2 minutes for this to heat up. So if you turn it off for a few minutes, you know, those plates, they cool off. You could do this parted to the side, like extra volume, or in the front, however you like it. Christian did get his ear pierced. Yeah, he did. He got it done, I don't know, a while back. So, are we filling a side part today? This is kind of what it would look like with a side part. This is a middle. I'm going to take it and I'm going to go towards the back. So I kind of do the front section towards the back of my hair. So he turned 16 in December. So crazy. I'm doing the side part today too. I'm just gonna roll these back. Now I'm just going to take this little section right here where you just rotate and hold, rotate and hold. The higher to the ceiling you go, the more lift. And if you kind of hold it out, you also get a little more lift. I was a young mom. So I had Christian, my first marriage, I got married the month after I was 18. And I had Christian when I was 19. So, and then, let's see, I have a 15, almost 16-year-old, I have a 12-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, and I have a 2-year-old. What is that noise? Bubs, you good? Beating on a box. Oh, all the boxes. Okay, so I have new growth coming in. When you start taking collagen and you start repairing your hair and you start like taking your bath, you will notice you're gonna have new growth, and I do. But I'm gonna use like a little serum to like tame it down, but you want it bigger, use like Velcro rollers. This will probably take you 10-15 minutes, if that, if you weren't talking and all the other things. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with some marula oil and some hairspray. I just feel like this look is like so chic. Just kind of play with your curls until you get them. I like it when the front pieces are going a little bit towards the back, just to make it softer. It kind of lays a little nicer. Okay, let's do it. Something else that you can do for your hair is the hydrotherapy. This is a 7-second repair, and you use it in the shower. You keep it on your hair for 7 seconds. It's not long at all. You don't want to leave it on much longer because it's very strong. So you leave it on 7 seconds, and then you can wash it. I have not used this in years, but I ordered more when I ordered this stuff. I can show you what I ordered too in case you're like, well, I wonder what I should get. I ordered the split end back together, split end cream, and this you can use on wet, damp, or dry hair. I got this 7-second hydrotherapy. I'm just determined I'm gonna have healthy hair. Okay, so we're going in. This is the Hold All Medium Working Hairspray. Everything is on sale. You can save up to 70% off, and then there's an additional 15% off on their website right now. It's a big sale. Lift at the roots and spray. Here, Veda, I'm using that. Give it back to me. This. Sorry about the children. They're all home. The kids we find out if they got accepted into school here. It's a little rigorous process to get them accepted, and we missed the previous deadlines. And so we will find out. They have their last interviews on the 5th. So as soon as I know, I'll know if we're homeschooling for this next year, or if they will be in school, or if they have spots available. Like, it doesn't really mean that they're a bad interview or something. It's just that they might not have their grades having open spots, or if the open spots are full. So I'm like loving the way this looks. A little bit of marula oil. This adds texture and shine without getting frizz. Let's see. I bought another one, but I already have one going, so I'm not gonna open another. I'm gonna just imagine if I was Natalie, what would she do? And she's really organized, and she would not have like 7 bottles going at once. This smells so good. They did change the scent on marula oil, but this just gives you like a lot of texture, a lot of shine, without frizz. And since I'm prone to frizz, okay, there you go. This is our finish at home blowout kind of look, and I think it looks really like healthy, really shiny. So if you've ever considered buying Lunge, that's the products I would recommend. So, oh, you wanted the 25mm lip clip, but they don't make it anymore. Oh, bummer. That's such a good, it's an actual curling iron. Okay, we've been reading a scripture at the end of the lives, so I'm gonna continue that today. We did 90-day devotions for a while, and then here lately, I have just been reading just straight scripture. And so I'll end my life with this. This is God's love and faithfulness. This is Psalms 92. So it is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praise to your name most high, to declare your faithful love in the morning and your faithfulness at night. With a 10-string harp and the music of a lyre, I will shout for joy because of the works of your hands. How magnificent are your works, Lord. How profound your thoughts. A stupid person does not know, a fool does not understand this. Though the wicked sprout like grass and all evildoers flourish, they will be eternally destroyed. But you, Lord, are exalted forever. For indeed, Lord, your enemies will perish. All evildoers will be scattered. You have lifted up my horn like that of an ox. I have been anointed with the finest oil. My eyes look at my enemies. When evildoers rise against me, my ears hear them. The righteous thrive like a palm tree and grow like a cedar tree in Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they thrive in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age, healthy and green. To declare, the Lord is just, he is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. So that scripture that says, I have been anointed with the finest oil. I talked about this the other day, that I was reading about being anointed and anointing your head with oil, and that a shepherd, that sheep typically get stuck in briars, like if the shepherd does not anoint them with oil, and that the flies and the maggots, they'll like lay eggs in their nose, and the sheep will even beat their heads to death because they're so tormented. But if a shepherd comes along and anoints them, they have protection from those things. And it was just amazing to me. So anytime I see scripture now that says I'm anointed, it makes me think like I am so protected, I'm safe, I am like with this extra armor on top of me that the Lord has provided. And it just makes me think of that differently. So if you've never looked into things shepherds do for their sheep, it really will make you so in awe of how even scripture refers to the Lord being our shepherd and what he does for us. So anyways, but that's our scripture for today. And I'm just going to just do a scripture at the end of videos with you guys for whoever wants to hang out with me and do that. I think it's a great way to end our day and just like thank the Lord for just everything he's done. It's just, anyways, but I am gonna hop off here. Forgot my little headband. That's my little last touch for this outfit. It's a cute little headband, and I'm gonna pack. I'm gonna be packing for like days and days, and then I'm gonna be unpacking. And so that's what I'm gonna go do. It really makes you evaluate, like, do I want to keep any? What, if this does not bring me joy, I'm donating it. Seriously. So that's what I'm gonna go do. But if you have questions about anything, you can just send me a message. So bye, you guys.